are very happy to be here today. We have a new topic. This is very interesting. Thank you for share with us. We are Nava Dental. Here we are with my brother Ernesto.
Hello.
We have a grief therapist, is an specialist on that, Magnolia Romero, and our team member, Teacher Luz.
Thanks for the invitation.
So we are talking today about the grief of losing the teeth. Okay, what are the emotions involved in this? That's why we have our expert. So what can you tell us about this?
Hello, everyone. Like Dr. Alejandro Nava said, my name is Magnolia Romero, and it's a pleasure for me to be here today. So today we're going to talk about how losing your teeth affects your personality. And I think that number one, it's that we feel insecure when we lose our teeth. What do you think?
Less confident. We feel less confident.
Yes.
Like interacting with people, you feel less confident.
And most of the time people doesn't realize that we go to a grief when we lose our teeth. So I think people don't realize all the emotions that we go through, but it's very important to put this topic on the table. So thank you so much for putting things on the table. And that's one of the things that I think that affects you emotionally. And the other thing that losing your teeth affects is you physically. I think when we lose our teeth, and I'm speaking from my own experience, I didn't have the chance to eat very well, which is, it was so hard for me. And I think, not being able to eat, your body doesn't get the minerals, the vitamins that it needs. And I think that's when you go through, your self-esteem goes down. Mm-hmm. And that's very important.
Yeah, and it's a reality for thousands and thousands of persons.
Yes.
They live like this without teeth, with dentures. They are not well secure. They don't have a stability. So they are living and they adapt to that reality. But thinking about what they lose, you say the smile, confidence. Socially, they start to get a little bit
they segregate.
Away.
Yeah, they segregate. They don't want to be. They don't want to be in the family. They don't want to go out and be with people. That's very important.
Socially, they affects the.
I'm sorry. Something that I think that it's also very important that people do not express this easily. I mean, it's not easy to express. It's not easy to talk about this topic. I mean, personal. Saying that you have a problem in your dentistry that you won't be able to express it. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, people feel embarrassed.
It's one of the stages of the grief. You say
neglect. That's the first
right?
stage.
That's the first stage.
Yes, people don't want to accept. They don't want to realize. They don't want to talk about it. So that's very important. That you are.
And that stage it could be very long, or it's on a short stage. What happens?
Everybody processes differently, right?
I was gonna say that it depends on each person is different. So yes, so it depends on your self-esteem, how much you love yourself, how much how confident you feel with yourself. And I think it's very important to mention that how much you love yourself, because when you realize that, hey, I'm losing my teeth, I'm gonna invest in my own person, I wanna do something about it. It takes courage. I'm speaking from my own experience, but yes, that's very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that we're talking about it, when we talk with patients right there, and then we tell them about what is the problem and everything, the first thing they do, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna look?
They feel afraid.
Yeah, I feels afraid about what is gonna happen. I'm gonna be without the tooth. How am I gonna look? How am I gonna smile and everything? So in that moment, you have to tell them give it a solution to the problem they have, and calm down, relax. It's not the big deal. You're gonna lose a tooth, but we have a solution for you, and you can show in cases. This patient comes like this, and look how it lives here. Everything is fixed, and the smile is good, and he can be able to eat and everything. So don't worry about it. But I think that process that your brain have to understand what is happening in that moment is scary, right? It's just very scary.
It is. It is. Dr. Ernesto Nava, for me, it was a big deal to lose my teeth. So it is a big deal.
Here you are, always given a solution.
And
Yeah.
you know, we are used to give that notice, right? Like it's like a bomb, right? Like ice cube. Somebody
Yes,
throws to
yes.
you when you realize you are going to lose all your teeth, because sometimes we are even for us, our training when we study this beautiful career, you are trained to try to save your teeth. The priority is that try to go
To
and do
preserve it.
anything is required to keep the teeth. So, but when the practice and later on we train more and more and we know how things work, and you know sometimes it's not much you can do just with 4 teeth. They are in bad conditions. So sometimes you have to face it and take the best decision for your patient in the long term. And sometimes we have to give them this bad news that they are going to lose the teeth.
The
And
good
they're
thing
going
is-
to go through a process.
The good thing for the patients right now in this moment is that we have more treatments, more options for the patients and better options than before. Before, when the patients have with 4 teeth and they have something permanent, you have to use those teeth and you have to do sometimes very risky treatments that they're not going to last too long. No, and you tell the patient, the only alternative, you have this, but is not going to be for long term. So, but now with the implants or other options, right,
That's
there's in the
great.
market, you can give it long term to the patients and treatments. They're going to last for 20, 25 years without any problem. So
That's awesome. That's great.
right now we are living the best time on odontology. Where here right now with the technology and the options that the patient have, it's amazing what we can do now. It's amazing. We can give him back the functionality and the cosmetic of the patient. The some ways that when sometimes I so surprised me that we finish a treatment and I look at the before and after and say, wow.
And mostly in pictures, what you really see on the patient, how they recover energy because the nutrients and vitamins and all that. Because when you don't have teeth, you have to limit your diet to only soft food, and it's not. In reality, it's not the best food you can eat. So, but you are limited in your options. So when you change the teeth and you can place something closer to natural, with structurally strong, and they can again enjoy of any kind of foods, you see how it changed the body to the nutrients, the confidence about the joy to recover something they thought is lost.
Yes.
It was a loss, and particularly in this, it's something you can recover. It's their options to recover the smile and the
And just
strength.
really needed the teeth, because when the patient be sitting in the chair, sometimes they're very scared. Just only open the mouth, right? Or be shamed. They open the mouth, right?
Yes.
Because
Why you look at her? Why you look at?
He's looking at us straight.
Yeah.
I have to say something.
You know something about her?
no, I just talking about something. Some patients they say.
No, I'm going to share something. I'm going to share something. One of the hardest things that I think of a patient is to take the step to visit the dentist.
Yeah.
That first step.
The first step, that decision, that moment that you admit that you need a treatment.
Because that something is not right, and that he's gonna tell you a lot of things.
I love to be here because in front of the microscope, the microphone, you start to see the reality. Yeah.
And that is very true. That you have to admit that something is not right in yourself, and then face that problem, take the step to visit the dentist.
That could be the second
And that's
stage or grief or what?
And that
No.
professional have to say something about this.
Well, actually, acceptance, that will be the fifth stage.
Oh, the fifth
Yes,
stage.
yeah.
I jumped
Wow.
before.
Yes,
You jump
first,
forward.
you go, yeah.
So the first one is the
Neglect.
negation.
Neglect.
Neglect.
The second one, you get mad about
Oh, you
it.
get mad, yeah,
You get frustrated, you get mad, you say, oh, why me? Why do I have to go through this? And you think about all the situation, economically and everything, physically. And then after that is, I will say some people get depressed. But there's two types of depression. Depression when it is chronical, and when it's something. Yeah, the third one will be. I was thinking how to say in English, but that will be people with negotiation. Yeah, we try to negotiate. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but hey, if I try to eat better, maybe I don't have to go through that process. Maybe if
okay.
I do this, we are the humans beings. We are so
Adaptation.
expert.
Adaptation.
We're
like
so
No,
that.
experts.
and the patient says, if I clean better, and maybe
There
if I
you go.
take this
If-
medication or this product, I hear if you brush it with, I don't know,
Yes,
Because-
yes,
I don't know,
Baking
what is it?
soda.
Baking soda.
yes.
I don't
Here
know.
comes the Google dentist.
Lemon with salt.
Oh, yeah.
Google
Lemon with salt in there.
We go through all these stages until we get to the point that we say, hey, you know what? I have to accept it. Whether I like it or not, I have to go to the dentist and I have to start working,
So acceptance is the fourth one.
That's the fifth one.
The fifth
The
one.
fifth one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's the
jump
fifth
4
one.
steps.
You
yeah.
keep on jumping and
I
jumping
always do
steps, right?
something.
That's the reason that you're always carrying the chair.
No, the other time we were talking about the frightness, the nightmares of visiting the dentist, which is one of the things that I have to face every time when I go to the dentist.
Now every
Yeah,
time
that
it's
was the
better.
fourth
But it's
stage.
getting
Was the
better.
negotiation,
Much,
The
much
fourth one is
better.
depression.
depression. Oh,
Depression.
okay.
Okay, so that's
Look, I can tell. Sometimes I see that stage number 2, the angry.
Yes, uh-huh.
Because, and mostly when they are patients, you gave them the bad news about they're gonna lose teeth.
Yes.
Because making with a lot of evidence, we always do that. Doesn't matter how long it's gonna take me for you to understand that this is the best option for you. Unfortunately, losing the teeth in this case is the best thing we can do for you. And sometimes when that condition is cause or resulting of a bad dental work, it was very expensive or something like that, it's like they get very, very angry because they say, okay, all
They
that
get
time in the
sad,
chair, all that
angry.
pain, all that
It's the
price,
impulse.
and now you tell me it's not
Nothing,
right?
nothing is working, and you have to take out everything. You have to do it again, and so there are a lot of people. And they're right. Okay, it's true that
Yes.
they can be angry because
Yeah,
you're
it's
paying.
fair.
You're paying for a specialist treatment that is gonna correct the problem you have, and they don't make it right. Well, it's not.
It's difficult,
not right.
and we understand. That's the important thing, mostly I think, because we really try to put in their shoes, and you have to explain and do that, going with them through the process, and knowing with you. Thank you so much for being here and
a pleasure.
and help us to understand what's all the process the patient is going to go through, so that you can be more empathic and be there with the right words and the
So-
right information.
We're talking about the patient is gonna be in a step 2 that is angry.
Yes.
The third one, what it was gonna be?
Negotiation.
Negotiation. So in that part, when that you tell the patient and he's angry, so this treatment or this two is not working, we have to do this. And if the patient is angry because they do already a root canal and the root canal is not right, making right, we have to redo the root canal, so he's gonna be angry. So what you can tell the patient, or what advice you can tell us that you can tell to the patient how he can process this more easily, or not easily, it was not be so hard for him.
I think speaking from my own experience is the fact that each person has to understand that it's better if they go through that stage, because that way you can try to calibrate your emotions and say, hey, you know what, in my case, yes, I was really sad. In fact, I was not mad because first I was mad because I knew I needed dental work to be done. But one of the things that made me feel confident when I saw you the first time is that you explained me baby steps, little by little, everything that even like millimeters and everything in a huge screen. And I was like, oh, wow, they can see my teeth, they can see everything. So that made me confidence that I knew you were going to do a great job. So I don't regret,
No,
coming
great.
back, and I don't regret going through the whole pain. It is worth it. So yes, so
That's great.
that's one of the things that.
But, well, you're giving the wrong message here. Being the dentist is not painful. It's fun.
well,
Well, it's fun later.
yes.
After the treatment.
For us, it's fun.
It's fun. I don't have any pain when I'm treating a patient.
Because it's your
being in the
passion,
dentist.
and you guys love what you do. That's why. It becomes
No, it's true. We know this. We know that it's not easy for the
Yes,
patient.
mhm.
We know they suffer and a lot
Yes.
of treatments. We know it is painful, but we try to be very empathic with the patient and be with all this process and trying to make it more comfortable possible. So we given a lot of advice how they have to be hygienic, what they can be able to eat. We give it medication and therapies, blah blah blah, everything to the patient.
Yeah,
be more easy
some
for it.
patients requires more care than others.
Yeah.
And she was explaining us a moment ago. It comes from the childhood and all that, right? It comes from a long time, and because we mostly see patients, they are seniors.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have teeth. They have losing the teeth for a long time, but some they are very very strong, like mentally, emotionally, and they take things easier.
Mm-hmm.
And other persons they really get more affected. What do you think
They
that
really
could
give
be?
you a hard time.
Not for me, for them, for themselves. The process is like a lot more heavier, I think. But what do you think? Why that can be? Could be.
It is definitely because, it has to be with your self-esteem. When you don't love yourself, and especially when you had a hard childhood, that you carry that through your adult life. And sometimes you just like with everything in life, not just your dental work, when you are in a relationship, when you lose a job or everything, you make a big deal about it. But knowing that you have to go through that process and you can emotionally, that you have to accept that, it helps you. So I think it's a great idea that you guys are putting this on the table, that you guys are making a podcast. For me, it's a pleasure to be here because it helps us to understand, all the things that we go through, and also what you guys can offer to the patient so they don't feel afraid to ask. So that's the message today. Don't feel afraid, to call, to ask.
embarrassed.
They have all the questions, and that's the message today. So call them.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Magnolia.
one of the things that we do is we're trying to be very empathic with the patient. So we always talk with the patient and we're trying to be involved in all the situations. So in the end, when all the treatments finish, well, we have patients of more than 20 years and we are friends of our patients now. And we keep talking they know about our families. A lot of patients knows our kids when they're very young, and now how they grow, and now we see they have grandkids and everything, the patient. So this is the beautiful part of this, that we make treatments for long term, and we can see we have that how can I say, fortune that we can see the patients every year, and we
Yeah, because
constantly
all the
contact
treatments
with-
require maintenance.
Oh yeah, nothing.
Yes,
One thing
yes.
that's for sure, because a lot of patients tell us, "Oh, doctor, tell me this is going to be for the rest of my life. Okay, I'm going to tell you something that is true. Not this forever. God give you a perfect teeth right there. You ruin it. So
So
whatever.
there's no happy
Just-
ending here.
Yeah, there's not any guarantee that whatever I do is going to be better than what God make it for you. So if everything you have maintains.
It comes to my mind, we live like every patient is an experience. Like I remember they sometimes challenging us about, okay, like a patient, I remember he have a deal with the cookies of the Girl Scouts because he says that he lost like 3 teeth biting Girl Scouts cookies, but for some reason he always bought it again. And he said, but I like those cookies, but they break my teeth. He said, but they break because the teeth were very bad, right? So he said, okay, the challenge is the day you finish my implants and all this, I will go back again to those cookies because I love them. And the challenge is they support. And I say, as long you maintain them, give the right maintenance, you are going to be able to enjoy those cookies. It's a challenge for me. I don't
Yes, it is. Also,
And every year you have to
so far so good.
something that I really want to emphasize is that Nava Dental is a family business, which is great. They are brothers, and they understand they have family, which is awesome. We were talking about it before we started the podcast that your son went through a heart treatment, so that helps you to understand that process that the patient has to go through. So that's great. So it's a family business, which is great, which I love that. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. And thank you for being here with us. We're trying with this podcast try to be more that the people know us. That for us is very important. Everybody what the patient what is thinking right in the moment, and we are very empathetic with the treatments and the patients, and we always hear the patient what's the problem, what they want to. We can offer the best treatment for those patients. So that's very important to be.
Yeah,
So
it
I
is.
appreciate a lot to you be here with us and talk
It's
about
an honor.
this.
It's an honor.
Treatment.
Thank you for being with us.
So
Remember, is there a solution for
Yes.
every problem? We can help. If you know someone with this condition, we can give many different options of alternatives. So thank you for being with us. Chair, please give us a like.
A like.
Yes.
Pretty soon we are going to be here again with new topics.
But I have a question before we leave. Where can people find you? What are your social media?
They
Okay.
can find us like Nava Dental Los Algodones. In Facebook, we have our
Instagram.
webpage. It's navadental.com.
Come.
Yeah. And Instagram. And
You have 3 locations, right?
we have 3 locations. We are in Los Algodones. We are in Mexicali. And now in Tijuana as well.
Wow.
So we can see you there. And
No excuses.
no excuses, exactly. Thank
Which
you.
is one of the things that we should have done less and haven't, like visit the doctor regularly to
Yeah.
prevent any of this.
The prevention is cheaper than give a solution a problem. So, and it's something that we never understand. Everything.
But it's
Is-
a matter of filter. It's a matter of filter. I mean,
it-
like we always go when we have a big problem. Like we always face
You know,
something when we have a big
the
problem.
teeth are the only organ in the human body. It doesn't cure itself.
Itself.
Like that's why, unfortunately, the teeth. If you lost it,
That's it.
goodbye.
Things.
It's-
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure for me to be
Thank
here
you.
today. Thank you so much for the
So
invitation.
thank you for being with us and see you on
See you next time.
Next time.
Bye.
Okay,
Next
bye-bye.
time.